Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabe. I welcome you to Visual System. What is vision? Why is vision important for life on Earth? Vision is the ability of some living being to perceive, to distinguish, and to interpret luminous stimulus. Vision is important on Earth, mainly in the terrestrial and in the superficial aquatic habitats, because our planet is intensely exposed to sunlight, and Earth light and colors become distinguishing factors of the object present in the environment, even at a distance. The distinction provides new survival strategies for the organism, new protection mechanism against external dangers, new ways of finding food and to communicate with other individuals, new types of coating, reproduction, behavior, and many others. That is, it creates new possibilities of interaction with the surroundings and increases the capacity to explore new ecological niches. How does photosensitivity in Cnidaria, annelids, and worms differ from insects, cephaloids, and vertebrates? The first mentioned group of animals, they are photoreceptor cells organized in ocelli or diffusely dispersed in the body. These animals do not form images. In the animals in the second group, the photoreceptor cells are part of more sophisticated structures. The eye, able to form images and send them to the nervous system. What are the structures that compose the human visual apparatus? The organ of the human visual apparatus are the eyes, the optical nerves, and the visual area in the brain that is located in the occipital lobe of both hemispheres. What is the main structure of the human eye? The main structures of the human eye are the cornea, the eyelash, the pupil, ciliary muscles, crystalline lens, and the retina. The space between the crystalline lens and the retina within the eyeball is filled with vitreous humor. What is the function of the eyelids and of the pupil? The eyelash works like a diaphragm of the photographic camera, since it is a muscle that contracts or relaxes, varying the pupil diameter. When the luminous intensity heightens, the parasympathetic nervous system commands the contraction of the pupil. When there is shortage of light, the sympathetic nervous system stimulates the dilation of the pupil. These movements depend upon the muscle of the eyelids. Which part of the human visual system where the receptors that sense light, that is, the photoreceptor cells, are located? How do these cells work? The photoreceptor cells form the retina, a lamina that cover the interior posterior region of the eyeball. The photosensitive cells of the retina are divided into two types, the cone cells and the rod cells. These cells have pigments that sense specific light wave ranges or frequencies and trigger action potential conducted by the optical nerve to the visual area of the brain. Since the visual image are projected in the inverted manner on the retina, why don't we see things upside down? Since the crystalline lens is a convex spherical lens, it forms inverted images on the retina. Every converging lens forms inverted images. The inverted information follows the optical nerve until the occipitocerebral cortex that contains the visual area of the brain. In the brain, the interpretation of the image takes place, and the inverted information is reverted. What are the type of structure is the crystalline lens, and what is its function? The crystalline lens is a converging spherical lens. This natural lens has a function to project images of objects onto the retina. What is visual accommodation? Visual accommodation is a phenomenon of varying the curvature of the crystalline lens to make possible variation of its refractivity to adjust the images of objects exactly onto the retina. Visual accommodation is accomplished by the action of the ciliary muscles. The needed vision depends on the visual accommodation, since if the image are not projected onto the retina, but in front or behind it, they will appear blurred. The closer the object is more, the ciliary muscles must compress the crystalline lens, that is increasing its curvature. The most distant an object is more, the ciliary muscle must relax. What are the near points and far points of vision? The near point is the closest distance between the object and the eye and makes possible for the formed image to be focused. That is, it is the point in which the ciliary muscles are in their maximum contraction. Far points is the most distant point from the eye in which an object can be placed and its image is still focused. That is, in the situation of maximum relaxation of the ciliary muscles. The zone between the near point and the far point is called the accommodation zone. How can the visual deficiency known as myopia and hypermetropia be optically explained? Myopia is the visual condition in which the image is formed before or in front of the retina. Hypermetropia is the visual condition in which the point of image formation is behind the retina. Actual myopia is due to increase in the distance between the retina and the crystalline lens, mainly caused by a slight flattening of the eyeball. Hypermetroporia, the retina is too close to the crystalline lens due to slight shortening of the eyeball. In myopia, the near object and the far object in the visual come closer. The refractivity of the crystalline lens that corresponds to maximum distension capacity of the ciliary muscle is not enough to provide visual accommodation. In hypermetropia, the ciliary muscles are not able to contract more to compensate the inadequate position of the retina. That is, the near point becomes more distant. What is presbyopia and astigmatism? Presbyopia is the visual impairment in which there is loss of the ciliary muscle strength, thus reducing the capacity of the crystalline lens to adjust the image of the near object onto the retina. Presbyopia of the near point of vision becomes more distant. The disease generally occurs in old people. Astigmatism is caused by irregular shape of the refractive structures, mainly the cornea. In astigmatism, a single object point may produce more than one image on the retina, and so the vision becomes distorted. Thank you very much for participating in Visual System. Please do like, share, and subscribe.